It's the best ever performance for India at the Paralympics. India has made its record tally at the Paralympics this time in Paris. And I have with me the one who has struck gold on the debut itself, and that is Nitesh Kumar. Thank you so much. You've done us proud in badminton. And in your first Olympics, you clinched the gold medal. The feeling when that tricolor goes up and the national anthem gets played, how is it like?
Firstly, thank you so much for having me here. Talking about the Paris Paralympics, yeah, it was a debut Paralympics for me. But I during the whole tournament, I didn't feel like it's a Paralympics or it's a debut tournament, because the moment we started playing, it was just like any other tournament when we go out there to play every day and just come back and focus on our recovery and everything. Yeah, but just of course, when we used to go back to village, we used to meet athletes from other sports, other countries, and then we used to have good conversation, eat food together, and have discussions about how's the contingent gonna do at the Paralympics. So yeah, of course it was different, but yeah, I didn't have that pressure on me about the debut Paralympics. Yeah, I have being the world number one and the number one seed. Of course, I had that expectations and responsibility to win gold or to be in the finals. And looking at the head-to-head what I had with my opponent Daniel Bethel, I was lagging 0-8. I knew that it's gonna be a mental game, because I played him a lot of times, and then it being the Paralympics final, I knew it's gonna be pressurable for both of us. But yeah, he was the one to lose a lot because he had a 8-0 lead, and I was just one going out to challenge him. So yeah, it feels amazing that I could put up the best, my best performance at the best platform I could ever have, and then winning it by 23-21 in the third set. It was very crazy, very intense, and I'm glad I could keep my composure and calm and then pull it off the win and bring back the gold.
It was quite visible the way, in fact, your opponent was very much in pressure, as you said, and it was visible, the frustration was visible, while on the other hand, you did not show any sign of that. But what's the secret behind that calmness?
But in the past, I have had few losses like that I was leading, and then one thing slipped off my mind, and then the match flew off my hands very quickly. One of them was Asian Para Games 23 final, where I lost to Pramod Bhagat in the third set 19-21 after leading 19-16. So yeah, even in the final, I just kept on telling myself that he's into more pressure, and then it's just about who's gonna sleep first. And then I just kept myself telling that I have to stand there, and then keep on pushing myself, and then he'll get that pressure. And I could see right from the first big rally, and the first point I got that he's into pressure and he's nervous about it, and because the way he was playing during the whole tournament, nobody crossed 10 points against him in the matches, and I had few close games. I won a very close game with Manoj in the group, and then so yeah, every game kind of prepared me for the final game, and then it was all about the nerves, and then I just kept on telling myself that okay, I have to be there, and I don't have to do what I did in the previous matches and like that. And then of course, eventually lagging 19-20 in the final game, and then winning it off 23-21. It was huge. And then this game has been the best I have played ever. So I'm really proud of myself for putting up such a big show. And
of course, the country is proud of you. And speaking of pressures, you're talking about facing defeats and taking it in your stride. You've done that in the past, even in your life, in 2009 when you met that tragic accident. And how was that? A young boy who goes through that kind of situation, is bedridden. What was it like life before that? You must be having some dreams, but what really happened when you actually faced that?
Back in school, I used to be in sports. I used to love playing every sport, cricket, football. Other than badminton, I enjoyed playing a lot of games. I never played badminton with the regulations. Of course, casually I had played with my father sometimes. So, but more intensely, I used to play football, and then having the accident and then losing out on the physical capabilities, it was very disheartening for me, because I always looked out for a career into sports or following my dad's profession and go out in defense to serve for the country, because I was always I always used to fantasize about his uniform. So yeah, that was one of my goal profession to be into defense and serve for the country. And then suddenly that accident, and then bedridden for months, and then out of thoughts about what to do with life. Being a 15-year-old, I had no idea. And but of course, everything is off to my father, that he didn't give up and he didn't let me give up at any instance of life there. And then coming back there, stood back on my legs, started to learn walking again, and then it was very good. I was proud of myself for giving such a fight and then getting back. And then I could not think of having a physical profession. So yeah, I got into studies, channelize more energy there, and then yeah, getting into IIT, having a profession into engineering. Yeah, that's what I always thought of having.
In fact, that's the contrast. We were just talking to Mr. Swaj Yatiraj, who's a government officer. He's been a district magistrate, and how would you tell all the youngsters who want to somewhere also have a stable education and job, vocation, and at the same time pursue their passion? Because that's, I don't know how you really balance it out.
For me, because I started playing badminton when I was at my BTech in IIT Mandi. It started with recreational fun and like that, and then but I like the sport so much, and yeah, of course the athlete in me from my childhood, it came out, and then I started pursuing it more sincerely, and then slowly the love for the sport brought me out to professional tournaments. I got to know about para sports. Then coming out there, yeah, of course it was very difficult because I was not sure about the level of badminton I can play professionally. So of course for the first few years I was into both doing my BTech and then playing badminton. Of course I could not find the professional training at the college, but yeah, I somehow kept on playing, and irrespective of thinking about the results and doing the things right, I was just doing things. And yeah, of course it started affecting my studies a bit because I was spending a lot of time in badminton. But yeah, I'm grateful that IIT Mandi never tried to forbid me from playing badminton, and I could continue playing. And now I'm getting the wishes from the college, the whole fraternity. I can see that they're very proud of me, and I'm very proud of them that they being an educational institute, they promoted someone to come out and have a stable performance in sports, and yeah, eventually winning the gold at the Paralympics.
So that's how badminton happened at IIT Mandi.
Yeah.
You were also a football fan, what we've learned about you. So you were a football fan.
Yeah.
So what really inspired you? There were many sports stars, of course, so in football, or maybe somebody who you look up to in any sport, maybe.
Yeah, of course. If you ask about looking up someone into sports, yeah, of course, Virat Kohli is doing amazingly, consistently doing well for the last 10-15 years. Yeah, and then I heard a few of his interviews talking about how he changed things from 2013 to up till now. So yeah, his journey, whenever I listen to his interviews, I can see the passion he has for the sports and the dedication he has, and that motivates me a lot as an athlete. That you should have the dedication and sincerity to the sport you are playing, the sport you love, and the profession you have. And if you want to do the best for your country, yeah, that's what you have to have.
All right, and also Pramod Bhagat has also been one of the decorated stars in Paralympics. He's a gold medalist in Tokyo. So what sort of influence has he had on you?
Right from the start, when I came into para-badminton, first international tournament, I met him. We had some random conversation, introduction, and then we kind of got along right from the start. And then meeting him every here and there tournaments, it was good. I used to talk to him a lot about how games are, how his struggle has been, which has been more intense in its own terms, and then sharing, getting to know his experiences, his match experiences, where he has lost, how he has come back, and then winning more and more medals for him. He was, for some 5-6 years, he was unbeatable, winning Asian Games, 2018 gold, 19 World Championship, then Tokyo as well. So yeah, his journey has always been motivating for me and every other para-athlete in the country. And then getting to know him personally as a human being, he's such an humble person, and I always look up to him as into para sports. And yeah, of course, then playing into the same category, we have had very good competitions at times. We have very good matches, and then but I'm very glad that me, Pramod Bhaiya, Manoj Bhaiya, we play in the same category, and we are always able to differentiate between the on-court and off-court relationship. We play with we play a very fair game when we are playing on court. We don't have arguments or any disturbances about the points here and there. And when we are off the court, we quickly turn that competitiveness off, and then we enjoy our time together. And then yeah, he was for the first person I called after winning the gold medal at the Paralympics, because he did it in Tokyo, and when we got to know that he's gonna miss Paris Paralympics, it was very disheartening. And the only thing what he told me was he was upset that he won't be able to put up a fight to defend the title. And then so I kind of had that responsibility on me, but I didn't let that put up pressure on me. And so but it feels more I feel more happy to have defend the title again, and it's gonna stay in India for another 4 years. And the conversation what I had with him was I asked him to come back soon, and then we will go out together, and then we'll put up a good fight to defend it again in 2028. Though it's very far from now, but this is what we had.
There'll be more added pressure also now, more expectations.
Yeah, might be, but as of now, I'm not thinking about how it's gonna be in the future, and how do I have to go ahead with this. I am not putting up any target and setting any goal for me anytime soon. I just want to go out there and enjoy the achievement I've just got, and just enjoy every moment of this, and take some time off badminton for a moment, have good relaxation to mind and body, and then get back fresh with fresh goals and then fresh plans.
How do you prepare for your tournaments? Because of course you're an IIT, and also studying at the same time, doing your practice. How do you balance it? What goes into your routine?
Back in college, it was very disturbed because I had to attend classes in the morning, and then when everyone used to have rest and have fun around, I used to go playing badminton and then come back. Everything was little difficult, even especially the diet thing, because I was eating at the hostels and all. So I had to miss out from a lot of tournaments. I got sick multiple times during the Tokyo Paralympics qualification tournaments, and that's how I missed the Tokyo Paralympics. So yeah, just learning from there, and then managing things. Mainly, I think the add-on thing what being an IITian gives me is like I have a structured thing for all of those things, that okay, if I want to do this, I'll have to do this with a timeline and everything. So I think the good thing for me is I schedule my things and I plan my things ahead of time, and then just try to be regular at it and disciplined at it.
And what about your diet, if you could share with all the young fans, as an athlete?
If like it won't be anywhere close to what Virat Kohli or any other more professional athletes are doing, but I try to keep it simple, because I'm also fond of having the homemade food. I didn't eat very fancy things. I used to start with normal breakfast, oatmeal or omelette or eggs or something, and then have good homemade food, dal, roti, some chicken or some paneer or something.
You're from Haryana, I would love your, doodh lassi and everything.
Unfortunately, I never used to have that homely food, because I was staying outside, away from home, and then being from Haryana, there's also an advantage that if you don't get the same taste outside, you don't tend to have it. Whenever I used to get time to go home, I used to love having churma, which is of course one of the favorite dish for every athlete coming back from Haryana. So even today, when I met my sister and my mom at the airport, she bought a box of churma for me, and I loved it. So yeah, but mainly avoid much sugar and eat timely. Eating things on time matters a lot. So yeah, soon after playing, I used to focus on quickly getting back to a bite and have good recovery, and then getting myself ready for the next day.
And do you feel that in this all balancing act, you've missed out on certain things, as you were mentioning, as a young boy, even when you're studying in your 20s or even late 20s, you feel like, you're going out and partying, or maybe hanging out with friends, or maybe pursue any other hobby. Did you miss out on it, or you've been?
Yeah, of course. Doing BTech at IIT Mandi, Himachal Pradesh. Of course, you have a lot of places to go around, I used to see my batchmates going out for trips during weekends, but I didn't do much of it. I've hardly gone out and seen Himachal Pradesh because I used to whatever time I used to get off my studies, I used to take time to badminton, and I used to play. I used to travel from the campus to down to Mandi city to play badminton with other players for a change, change in the venue and everything. So yeah, during my college time, I think that is what is the biggest thing which I missed out on, that I didn't go much outside to see Himachal Pradesh and explore. And even now, after getting back, after finishing my graduation, I haven't been to IIT Mandi even once. I didn't go to for my graduation because it happened during during COVID. I didn't go to my convocation because it was online and everything. But yeah, even after that, the people who I used to play with during my college time, the local players and everyone. Even now, we sometimes have a conversation that I should go back. Even I feel like it's time that I go back. I have some good memories and share what they have started with me and like that. But yeah, even now I miss out on things a lot. I don't get much time to spend with my family. I don't get not strictly, but yeah, I'm not allowed. I don't feel like having cheat meals and all. So yeah, I'm kind of missing out on fancy food, fancy evenings with friends, family outing, fancy outings with friends and everything a lot. So now I think after such a big tournament, I think now it's time that I
deserve
take
a break.
some time off. Yeah, I deserve some fun for myself.
Absolutely. And so, like, of course, you've talked about the balancing of it and everything, but you don't get much of time with your family. But who has been the biggest support for you in this entire journey?
Definitely my father. Like how I told you, like after the incident in 2009, he was the main pillar who kept me stood, and like he never showed me how intense it is and how low he was feeling. He always came up with a smiling face and confident face that I'm gonna get back very quickly and very confidently. So yeah, I think and then later, after a few years, I got to know through my mom, my sister, that how sad, how low he used to be away from me. So everything we did together, he kept pushing me. He never let me give up. So yeah, he's the one who has been the most important support in my career, and even he used to play some sports for the Indian Navy team like kabaddi and volleyball. Always, of course, from being Haryana, he was also having that sports background. So yeah, he always understood my needs and my responsibilities as an athlete. So even now, when I don't get much time to go home and all, it's not much of a pushy thing from my home that okay, you don't come home and you should do this. And they gave me a lot of space to go out there and live my dream, and of course their dream as well. So now whenever I get time to talk to him, meet him, I can see how dedicated he is, and even it's their sacrifice that they are living away from his son. And now having the target fulfilled, I can see that he's also very happy. I didn't get much time with him yet, but I know it means a lot to him, more than how it means it to me. And yeah, this is totally dedicated to my father.
Well, of course, you must be very happy now. Of course, I can't wait to spend time with you, I'm sure. But talking about this Paralympics, how we've seen that India is doing so very well. Every Paralympics, there's so many expectations in the Olympics. We see there's a lot of money that is, budget that is allocated, that investment goes in. It's much lesser still in comparison to Paralympics is receiving much lesser still, of course, better than what it was in the past. But do you feel that there are still some challenges, for anyone from a humble background to even venture into Paralympics if they want to? Is there anything that could be added?
Of course, the government is doing amazing for para athletes, giving them some support financially and most important awareness wise, because when I started my journey between Tokyo and Paris, stepping into the qualification tournament, I knew I had made few mistakes in the past in Tokyo Paralympics qualification, but still I was not aware about all the situations what could come through my way. So the facilities the government provides, a lot of things help me to myself to prepare for that. And for an para athlete, to get all those support and guidance means a lot. And then just for a fresh player who wants to step out and play, I think we can still do something more severe and sincere in grassroots level for pulling up the players from ground to a professional level, and then give them the support and everything so that they can showcase their talent and their capabilities out there and get more and more medals for India. Talking about the Paralympics, of course, we have lots of sports there, and then we were not we are so involved in our sports that we are not usually aware about what's happening in other sports. But being in the Paralympics village, we were meeting other athletes and also getting to meet them, talk about how what difficulties do they face there in their sport and their journey. Yeah, that teaches us everything, a lot of things, and then we somehow pass that on to the kids who are coming up now and like that. But I think still a lot of things can be done at the grassroots level to bring out more and more players.
One final question, or rather I would say that your message to all the youngsters, especially those who have several challenges, if they want to venture into sports, para sports, what's your message?
One message for me, from my side to everyone, I'll say this in general, that go out and put yourself into some sport, even if it's for recreation, because a sport gives you a lot of self-confidence and self-belief for every profession you are into. And for people with some challenges, disabilities, it's more important because it prepares you to face the world, because not everything is gonna come your way according to you. You have to set yourself up against everything that comes your way, and you have to prepare yourself for everything and then get your way out and then improvise everything like that. So if I will insist every person with disability to go out there and pick up some sport you like and pursue it, because if not very professionally, it will give you a lot of self-confidence and self-belief, which will be helpful all your life outside sport as well, which I have been feeling for the last few years, which has helped me a lot as a human being.
You're a living example of it, and thank you so much, Nitesh, for joining us on Republic TV. And we're once again very proud of you, and thank you so much and many congratulations.
Thank you so much.